Hey, this is Andy Grist. This video is for my under 11 stars, and we're going to talk about team shape and concepts, and I'll try to simplify it as much as I can for right now. And as we get into the season, we'll talk a little bit more in depth about different ways to defend, different ways to attack, and how to work together and combine together and such. Okay, so you know, it's really helping. It's got a little bit towards helping us going from 8v8 to 11v11 and understanding how it's no different really, except for a couple of small details. And so anyway, when we refer to the team, we always say like we're going to play 8v8. We'll play with a 1-3-3-1, and so we play with a 1-3-3-1. And anytime we refer to that, we always talk about the goalkeeper first, defenders second, midfielders third, and forwards last. And so when we play 11v11, we'll play a 1-4-4-2 to start with. That will be our shape to start with. And so we're playing this at the very beginning just for now and just to keep it easy, but we will change our shape, we will change the formation, and we will advance onto different things as we go through. And different formations obviously help us more offensively or defensively, depending on the game and the team we're playing, and we will adapt and vary that as we go through the season. So we need to understand defense to start, and so before we can really talk about offense. And so we know that we need to put pressure on the ball as a first defender, and you know, the obvious role for defending basically is to get the ball back. That's our primary role. We want to get the ball back so that we can score. But other than that, we really want to deny the other team from being able to score or getting opportunities to score. And so, you know, they could say, well, we need to put as many people between the ball and the goal as possible. And so you could put everybody in one big long line and say, yeah, we got everybody in, you know, and denying any way to get to goal. But the trouble with this, obviously, is that they can just pass around and find another way to come in. So what we need to do is we need to spread out a little bit, and we don't want to get too spread out, but and I'll explain why in a second. But we need to create a kind of wall. And so we know we've got pressure on the ball, and instead of having a wall all here or lined up in one long line where they could get the ball over the top, we need to drop off a little. So we've got second defenders that play in behind, and they eliminate passing lanes immediately through, so there's no way to play through them. Okay, they're in the way. And then we have players that will play a little deeper, so that because these guys are still vulnerable for balls over the top, and so we play with a little bit more depth. And so you could say what we've done is really created a wall here. There's no way to find ways through for the ball, and you know, obviously as the ball moves, then lanes start to open up, and we need to shift and apply pressure and continue to keep a wall. And the key word on defense is to kind of stay compact. So knowing that we need to be compact and deny ways through to goal, the object of the offense is to spread out. And so they spread out. They try to gain as much height as possible, all right, to open up space into here. So if they can try it, the forward can try to make the defenders come away from these players right here, then they have no support, and we can find ways to gain access into the space and then penetrate through here. So being spread out, they either give themselves, create space for themselves to be open to receive and find ways into goal, or they pull players out to mark them tighter, and now we found ways to penetrate and come through into these spaces right here. So spreading out either A, gives you space for yourself, or B, opens up space for other people or passing lanes and ways through to goal. So really easy concept, and defense compact, offense spread out. So if we know that, as soon as we give up the ball, we're getting back to being compact. As soon as we gain the ball, we start to spread out. And you know, this could happen frequently throughout the game, this constant moving. So you know, obviously when you get the ball, the idea is to keep it for as long as possible and gain some momentum there, instead of having to keep transitioning back and forward. So the difference between this field and the bigger field is obviously there's going to be more width. So we still have wide players, even if we're playing. We typically play with a 3-3-1 or 1-3-3-1, 3 defenders. what we've done is we still have two wide defenders, as we did with the 3-3-1, and then we have wide midfielders, and we still have still have some wide midfielders, just as we would have done with this formation, and then we have an extra forward. So all we've really done, the difference between this shape right here with the 1-3-3-1, is we've added players in the middle of the field, because we still have our width, we still have our wide players. We've added a chain of players through here, and so these are the additional players with the 3-3-1. The concepts are still the same. We still try to get spread out, and we try to stay compact on defense. So by adding these players in the middle, because of the extra width, it helps us to link play across the field, and you know, the same across the back there. And then we've added an extra player that can play offensively up here.